What is up, everyone? This is episode 152, an episode that features the return of one Jonathan Aloysius Bender III, or as you guys may lovingly know him as, The Bender. He is back. It's been a while. The flop's not on here because she was planning my birthday stuff, and that was today. As I record this, it's my birthday right now. So, yeah, I'm 41. But who cares about that? Let's just talk about episode 152. We didn't have anything to talk about as we went into this, and you know what? It turned out to be a pretty darn good episode. At least I think it was. We went an hour like it was nothing. Some of the beers we drink in here, also, by the way, was brought to you by the Beer Sauce Shop. Actually, it was brought to you by their monthly beer subscription service. Now, I apologize for the teas because those are beers that are only available into the St. Charles County customers. But still, it's a pretty cool idea that they do, and it's one of the many things they do right. So, man, get over to 318 Mid-Rivers Mall Drive and check them out, or check them out online, whatever you have to do. Good place, good beers, good barbecue stuff, good everything. So, and I told you to do it, so do it. Outside of that, I don't have anything to talk about. Like I said, it's Bender, it's Tom, it's me, it's episode 152, and this is The Bomb. Boom. And with those good times, we are back. We have nothing to talk about tonight.
Nope.
We have no flop, and I've got a theory, but first off, let me introduce the absence of the flop means Cattywampus to my left is only the Bender.
Yep, the one and only.
Bender only. And then to his left and my right would be the Silver Badger, one Tommy.
What's up, party people?
I'm beginning to think, because we had an all Missy, or just me and Missy episode last week.
All Missy, all the time.
I think maybe she just doesn't like you guys anymore.
I think that's what it is.
Well, I've been on an episode of her recently, haven't I?
I don't know, but maybe it was a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it was like 3 weeks ago.
No, yeah.
I haven't been on in like
Bender.
a month.
Maybe it's Bender. She did say she overheard you on the podcast say the alliance was over, so that's why she's not on the episode anymore. But we know that's not true.
She had some really bad takes.
On which one?
Oh, the
movies?
No, didn't
I liked her movie choices.
No,
I
when
thought they were
you
pretty good.
read her unpopular opinions, some of hers were.
Oh, yeah, that's what ruined it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what she said. That's right. Yeah, I think she had some more, too. She was been spewing them out a week or so after that. We could do unpopular part 2.
She's an opinionated lady.
Well, she really is. She's got them.
She's a little pistol.
She's a firecracker.
Yeah, that's what she is, I tell you.
But we were leading off this conversation with how we have absolutely no conversation to make tonight.
No.
I guess, though, if we were to start anywhere, we might as well say, since we all have kids, how was everybody's Halloween?
It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was high-pitched good. That's how good it was.
Pretty good.
Well, you guys just hit the new neighborhood? How was that?
It was fine.
Because this is the first Halloween in that house, right?
No, it's the second.
Oh, did you? I thought you moved in right after.
No, we moved in the weekend before Halloween last year, and there was my house and like 4 other ones in the neighborhood. Now the neighborhood's almost full.
Every year there's like 4 new houses in Trick or Treat.
How about that?
So it was pretty packed.
People like get out and get their fire pits out and things of that nature?
Yeah,
okay.
There's a lot of that. There was couple neighbors had beer for everybody, which is cool.
Nice.
One neighbor
for the kids? That's classy.
Yeah, I was like, thanks for getting that kid to bed tonight. One neighbor actually put out a taco bar.
What
that
the
was crazy.
Man, this is like
I got a trick or treat on your house next year.
It was pretty fucking good too. It was pretty good. It was good. Vera lasted like 10 houses total and then went home. And then I went around.
I was just telling the Badger before this, that's Hayden's best quality since she was a kid.
Yeah.
She has like a 10 to 12 house
Yeah.
max. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. And then my nephew came over with my mom, and he wanted to go a little longer. So Jeremiah and I went around with him for a little longer. And it was fun. The neighbor girl, I'm not looking forward to teenage girls. The neighbor girl across the street, she's a year younger than Jeremiah. She had about 14 girls over last night.
Oh, boy.
Just walking the streets like some sort of
2 years in a row.
squeaky mob.
My
Was Jeremiah
teenager.
like the most excited you've ever seen him?
He hid in the house all day, all night like a little bitch.
Yeah. Well,
He's got a girlfriend, doesn't he?
They broke up.
Oh.
Apparently, she texts too much, and he doesn't text enough. I said, get used to that, brother.
yeah, no shit. I see 2 years in a row now. My teenage daughters went over to a friend's house, which has been good. But we've recently inherited a new daughter. We have. She's now got a best friend that's outlasted all others. So for like 4 months.
Oh, there you go.
And she's usually here throughout the week. She'll be here again this weekend, and she usually comes over on a Friday and stays till Sunday. And my daughter went to her house in her neighborhood to trick or treat after they went and watched Halloween during the day.
Okay.
And then Missy went and picked them up, and they both stayed all night here on the school night. When you got a friend that stays all night at a school night, you guys are besties.
Oh, yeah.
And I took them both to school this morning, and I took them both Chick-fil-A because I figure I might as well embrace the, having
Wow. I don't
another.
think I ever spent the night at somebody's house on a school night.
I did
either.
all the time, especially junior, senior year, sophomore, junior, senior year. I don't even know I might have been home 1 to 2 nights out of the week at best.
Wow.
Really?
I had a buddy who's he was my best friend. He ended up buying a place that we lived in college, and his mom was dating the neighbor, so his mom was always over at the neighbor, never home.
Oh.
And so he had a house to himself.
That's pretty
And he
sweet.
had a constant source of income because sadly his
He was charging people to watch his mom get boned?
his adopted
Yeah,
that's
that's
weird.
creepy.
That's a little weird. His adopted dad he never knew his real dad, and the dad that adopted him had passed away early in his life. So he was getting that monthly check,
Stipend or
yeah,
whatever.
Or trust or whatever?
yeah. So it was like just Social Security or whatever it was. And
Oh, okay.
So we always had stuff to do. We always had booze or food, and
Yeah.
we, not that we all mooched because we all worked also, but it was just the place to be. To a point where sometimes it got a little out of control, and he had to kick people out of his house. He never kicked me out, but he always kicked people out of his.
I had a buddy like that. I didn't know him in high school, but he grew up in Hillsboro, and same thing. He moved down there with his dad, and his dad had a second house that he rented out. Travis turned 18. He gave it to him. He was like, "Don't come to my house. I'll drop food off once a week." And that was it. He dropped food
Nice.
off and never.
He
Messed
he was
with him.
essentially dropped into the woods to survive.
Yeah.
But every week there would be a parachute
Yeah,
with a care
like a little
package.
Hansel and Gretel situation going on there.
I don't-
Airlift Berlin or
I don't remember a parachute of food in Hansel and Gretel.
I meant
ever.
like just wood house by yourself alone and lots of food.
Except that one
except
was.
for witches were.
Yeah,
trying
that
to
one
get
was made of candy and
All
witches
right, it
trying
was
to
a
cook-
bad analogy. Okay,
Just so you
them. Oh,
acknowledge
here
it.
comes the first package.
Just so you recognize it.
Yeah,
So
bad analogy.
how about yours, Tommy?
So Johnny Bananas lasted a long time. That's about 30, 35 houses.
That's a nightmare.
Wow.
And
Well,
he was really into it.
That's a
You guys do
nightmare.
your neighborhood?
Yeah, we did our neighborhood.
Okay.
How's that? How's that?
It was
trick or
good.
treat?
Yeah, nobody offered me a beer, which kind of sucks.
Yeah. Any full size
Or a
candy bars
taco?
though?
No, I don't think so. I haven't
Man,
checked-
your neighborhood sucks.
Dude, we
Well, here's the thing that's nice is since my nephew came over, who's like 10, he went to the door of John, and I'd stayed back on the street drinking with Teddy.
Yeah.
And I let Teddy go to a couple houses by himself.
I'll be
That's
damned.
nice, yeah. Oh, it's so cute watching him. Batman and Robin.
we
Yeah,
had
that
a
was
house.
adorable.
We had a house in Overland when we lived there. It was that there was this really tucked in, hidden, nice, massive house.
Yeah.
Apparently, the guy was a longtime scout for the Cardinals.
Okay.
That's the rumor. But just like if it were anywhere other than Overland, it would be like a $2 million house.
Yeah.
Sure.
But we would always hit that house because mainly we just wanted. It was a
Wanted
house.
to see it.
Yeah, well, people were scared of it when it
Yeah.
wasn't. Like they were afraid it was a hiding,
Would you think
stealing
like
kids.
Vincent Price lived there?
Always gave a full candy bar and like $5.
That's
wow,
crazy.
$5.
It was more than the dollar. I can't remember, but it was always worth it.
I think
Nice.
he probably gets like 5 kids a night. He's like, might as well pay him.
Yeah, I figured I was with the girls. If shit was going to go down, we could have
Yeah.
been safe. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen Dexter, a good needle to the back of the neck, and I'm
Yeah.
out, man.
You're dead,
Done.
bro.
Yeah, I'm being.
Your best bet is maybe you fall on him.
I find myself saran wrapped to a metal table with a spotlight over me, and Dexter about to carve me up. I mean, I'm no good.
Were
Hey,
you clothed?
do what?
Were you clothed?
Clothed.
Yeah, clothed. Were you
No, I'd be completely naked. Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna take advantage of me, take advantage of me naked, please.
Yeah.
I mean, let's get a little. Both of us get a little something out of it, you know. Hey, at what point? Because I didn't. This was never a thing for me growing up, and I don't believe it was a mass thing in Overland when I was there. But it only until I got out here did the fire pit at the front of the house become a thing.
Only since I moved out to St. Charles County has that been a thing.
I know.
I think it's mostly because a lot of the neighborhoods around here aren't that
Safe.
old.
Just say
no,
safe.
no, they're not that old. So like the trees, like in my neighborhood, there's no trees, so you can put
Yeah.
a fire pit out in front. Like I grew up in North County, where the trees are like 50 years old and they're massive.
Well, you can
and-
still put a fire. I still have
You think
fire
it's gonna do the
pit.
trees? Come on now.
I don't think
don't
it's
know. I'm
trees.
just trying
I
to-
think it's got to do with the one or two people started doing it. I do have to. I think.
like it.
Oh,
I do
absolutely.
too.
It's awesome.
And I only half joke. I do have a theory that it has something to do with people moving out away from the city, thinking it's much safer to just chill in the front.
Yeah.
And also, portable fire pits, the movable
They've
fire pits,
kinda
are pretty.
come a long way.
Are big. 10, 12 years ago, they weren't really a thing.
No.
Chimneas were.
And that thing weighs too much to move.
I can't wait till like my kids are old enough to go trick or treating by themselves, and I can just sit on my front porch and get blasted.
So we've done trick or treating enough to where Missy takes them, and because it's a short trip for Hayden, it's not a big deal. And I hand out the candy. And this year I brought the cooler out with me, and I just chilled out there. And
My mom hands out the candy. I don't mind walking around because I just walk and drink.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
not too
Missy
bad.
takes a travel beer with her. So she's not on this episode in all actuality, Walgo, because she said that her and the girls have to do something for my birthday tomorrow.
Oh, well, hey, happy
That's a
birthday.
lie. She
to
was
the-
lying on the couch playing on her phone when I walked by.
I think they already had done it. I just think she was. I think for tomorrow, since I'm on this little miniature vacation and she took tomorrow off, I think we're going to Fast Eddie's tomorrow.
Oh, Bon Air.
Little like 11 to 3, kind of a lunch.
You get a little
long
chicken on a
lunch.
stick?
Yeah, I'll probably get a cheeseburger. I like their cheeseburgers. And
Big
then I'll
Elwood,
get
man. You
one.
gotta do Big
I get
Elwood.
a Elwood, and I think I'll add a chick. It's my birthday, you know. Who the fuck?
Yeah. You need some shrimp?
Calories
I
don't
always
count
get
on your
shrimp.
birthday.
Yeah, I always get shrimp.
That's true. We're on vacation.
Hey, speaking of tomorrow, what are you doing tomorrow night?
I don't think I have any real plans.
You want to play volleyball? 8:30.
I noticed
At
the
game
5'7" guy was not asked, but that's cool.
You can if you want. At
Is it
game time.
indoor?
Yeah,
Terrible.
we have an indoor season that just started.
Oh, God, that sounds awful. I'm going to be honest.
Maybe we're
I'll
kind of
ask.
short-handed on guys.
I'll ask. I'm playing playoff volleyball on Sunday, so I might be stretching my...
Is that outdoor?
Yeah.
Oof.
It's going to be cold.
Yeah, the
Sounds
weather turned
horrible.
out of nowhere. It's,
Yeah, I
it's
might.
fucking fall.
Let me run it by the wife arena.
Yeah,
I'll text you
text
tomorrow.
me. Text me. Don't forget, because you do that.
I will probably, so text me again.
I'll text you when I wake up in
Multiple
the morning.
times.
Yeah, so I guess with all that shenanigans out of the way, let's jump right into the absolute nothing we have to talk about.
All right.
You guys want to do that?
I'll go
Sure.
first.
All right, you started off.
All right, I got crickets.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Actually, I am. I'm in a severe amount of pain. That's the other reason I might not play. I foolishly
Kitty's
signed
got a
up.
nosebleed.
No, I foolishly signed up for a 15K.
Oh.
A 15K.
Yeah, you know my buddy Brian.
Have
How
you
he
ever done
lost all that weight.
Yeah.
Well, now he runs like 7-9 miles a day.
Okay, so that's right into a 15K. That's 10 miles.
Yeah,
so
9-10
essentially-
miles. So I've been practicing for that, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to need leg replacements when this
So
shit's
when's
over.
the 15K?
December 9th.
And he's been running that, really running 9 miles a day, huh?
He runs about 7 to 9 miles at least 3 or 4 times a week.
Oh, that's getting
He's
prepared.
lost 70 pounds.
Just because you lose weight doesn't mean you gain the
No,
ability
but
to
he's-
run long distance.
Yeah, but he's annoyingly into running now. He's like one of those
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah. He's like a fucking month away from going to CrossFit. And if that happens,
He
you
did
got to
say
cut
he-
him.
he
You got to
texted
cut him
me.
loose.
He goes, I hit the gym on Monday. I'm like, good for you, man.
Yeah.
No, but I started practicing for that. I ran an hour on Saturday.
So
and
half
I haven't
a
walked
mile?
right since.
Ran a half a mile.
So what's the longest you can run right now?
An hour.
You're in
6
trouble.
miles.
You're in fucking trouble.
I got 6 miles.
In my life I've ran a half marathon, but that's 12, 14, 15 years ago.
I can do it. I got some what are those knee sleeves coming in the mail?
Well, at least it's not a timed event. I mean, it's not like a time limit.
No. I assume I can do it in an hour and a half.
That's a good pace.
10 miles? 9 miles? I can do it 9 miles in an hour and a half.
a
Hour
good-
and 40 minutes.
Have you
10-minute miles.
Have you? Yeah.
Yeah,
Through the
but-
duration.
I ran Saturday. I ran twice last week. 5 miles on Thursday and 6 miles on Saturday.
Where'd
and
you
they were
run?
both like 9 miles.
Well, it's
They're
that
9 minutes a mile.
It's that last 5 miles.
Oh,
or
yeah,
so
it's
that-
gonna be awful.
Now, go ahead.
Will you run through neighborhoods?
I ran all the way around Creve Coeur
Trent-
Park.
See,
Trent-
where's
Thursday.
this race at?
Forest Park.
You're fucked. You are
You're
fucked.
so fucked.
Is there hills in there?
The elevation
Yes!
change in Forest Park's the worst.
I puked after a 5K. I mean, you're in
I
much
didn't-
better shape than
I
me,
didn't
but
puke, but it is. I ran the 3 miles around here
Yeah.
in like 22 minutes. I ran the 3 miles there.
Oh, there is hills in there.
There's nothing but.
it's very hilly.
Yeah. That's going to suck.
It is good.
I think it's the perimeter, so I should be okay.
no. It'll cut right through the middle of that
It's not
fucking
too
thing.
bad.
My plan is to run it throw up, and then get drunk.
That makes sense. Sounds healthy.
Well, good luck to you.
I don't know if have you know these ultra marathon runners, these ones that do like 200, 300,
Yeah.
or like 3 straight days of running.
Yeah.
The average ultra marathon runner clocks their fastest miles the last 9 miles of the race.
That's insane. Yeah, because they save their energy.
No, their body has adjusted,
Yeah.
and they go, all the meditation, all the and they do save their energy, but it's like drastically faster.
Yeah.
Like you're on cruise control at that point.
You
Like,
kind of I was running on Saturday and it was fine. I got up the baby woke me up and I was like, well, I'm up now. I might as well. He went back to sleep. I was like, well, I might as well start practicing. So I ran, and about at mile 4, I started to hit a wall, and then about another quarter mile in, I was like, man, this feels really good. And
You
then
get that runner's high, baby.
then I got to the hour thing, and I'm like, all right, I'm done. I stopped.
have we talked about the girl that won the big the Devils the 350 mile one or whatever last year?
No.
So a girl won by 2 hours over at the field.
Oh, I think I heard this. Yeah.
She lives on a diet of candy bars and pizza.
Oh shit.
She is just because she runs so fucking much.
Yeah.
But she actually, what she would do is run for 6 to 8 hours, sleep for 30 minutes, run for 6 to 8 hours, sleep for 30 minutes, run for 6 to 8 hours until she finished the race.
That's awful.
Apparently, they say, what is it, like 27 minutes or something like that? Or it's 17 minutes is the perfect time for a refreshing nap.
Yeah.
And 27 minutes will recharge the battery. So she recharged enough to make the next 6-7 hours.
You're not supposed to run that much though. Like
No,
your
it's terrible on
heart
your
starts
joints.
to.
We don't know what people did back in the Stone Ages. Maybe they were supposed to.
There's science behind it that if you run that much, it starts to change the way the valves in your heart are shaped and everything, and it fucks you up.
Well,
You'll eventually die from it.
yeah, I'm not saying she's going to live to be 90,
Yeah.
but by God, she'll be a good-looking corpse when she goes.
Yeah. No, should be skinny.
I don't even know her name. I wish I could get her name.
I'd probably be better if I quit drinking, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, fuck that. I'll quit drinking
When
soda.
I don't drink, I become very more irritable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really? It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
cigarettes for you?
I think so, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a
Like,
coping mechanism?
Do you ever get home
Yeah.
and
I
you're
bet
just
I bet no one else in the world has that.
Yeah.
sometimes
It's
I
unique
get
to
home
me.
and I'm like, I can't even get into the house without grabbing a beer before I walk in. That's little window into my life.
yeah. I think that's more about you and Rachel than anything. All right.
She's usually not there. It's the kids.
Yeah, that makes sense too. Well, speaking of drinking, I was telling him before we started, we had our annual lake weekend trip. For
I
me and
saw
my buddy.
that. Still never been invited. We've been friends for 10 years.
Yeah.
That's a nice passive-aggressive shot.
Yeah, they're still not all pro Bender. I'm just kidding.
That group was. John Shannon wasn't there.
How pal?
I only met him once.
Yeah, but it was. See, he
It
never
didn't go over well.
He never got the rebound like everyone else did. No, it was a good time. It's always a good time. It wasn't a great time, and like I was telling him, there's no real reason it wasn't. I think if it was a bunch of small reasons, like I had to wait an extra day before I could go down because of I had a work function. Big D got sick on the way down, so they stopped and turned around. We crashed shenanigans on that a little bit.
So he never came back?
No, he came back, but they waited till the next day with us also.
Okay.
We usually all go down Thursday to Sunday, but two couples were there on Thursday, and then the other two came on Friday.
Gotcha.
But we tied it on, man. I had scotch and bourbon and wine on
Nice.
Friday, and oh man, was it a awful fast drunk. Like super fast. Like I was there an hour and a half and was shit faced.
Nice.
Those are always fun.
Yeah, and that kind of, because usually we do that on like the Thursday night, and then the Friday we kind of mail it in, and then Saturday we're all revved up to go out. Well, because we did it on the Friday night, Saturday was like, there was not a lot of wind in our sails. Plus, the bar we went to was pretty dead. Saw a pretty awesome group of wrestlers, costumes.
Oh,
like
nice.
like a miniature Undertaker and a oversized Macho Man.
So they weren't midgets?
No. But it was
Is that the proper term for that?
small people, little
whatever.
people,
Little
short
people.
people.
I think it's
Yeah.
little people now.
Weirdos. I don't know if that's it.
That's not appropriate
But
either.
I can tell you this. I will say this about Lake of the Ozarks. Those people, they're serious about their costuming. And there
Okay.
was some fucking nasty, good costumes. We actually had a good group of people. Like Hal Pow and his wife were Peg and Al Bundy.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
that was good.
But what was great about
I did not see
him
that.
is if she wasn't around, he just looked like a toolbox. But she was around, you're like, oh, I get it. I get it now.
Did you guys dress up?
We did. Missy was Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I was a vampire with a stake through his heart
Oh,
that I
yeah.
had fashioned. And
Now, movie or TV show?
TV.
Ah.
Yeah, and then Hikus was a clever one, and as well as his wife. Hikus was Vincent Van Gogh.
Okay.
I did see
and
that.
he had a patch on his ear with some blood on it, and his wife was wearing a Starry Night dress and a sunflower in her ear. So she was his canvas, so to speak.
Now I saw a couple outfits this year where the guy wore a shirt that said Peter Peter, and the
Oh,
wife
yeah.
wore a pumpkin outfit.
Oh,
I
that's
saw a lot
clever.
of David Pumpkin suits this year.
Again, yeah, it seemed lazy this year,
Yeah.
though.
No.
I'm
did
David
he even
Pumpkins.
did he even come on SNL this year and do the
They,
skit
they
again?
reshowed the cartoon. They reshowed the skit and the cartoon on the Saturday night.
Like it'd be like a
or Friday
fun,
night.
it'd be like a fun like annual thing if he came in around the Halloween and they did another skit for it. But
Speaking
otherwise,
of
it's
which,
just
on
lazy.
Halloween, I was really lazy at work, and I just watched Halloween SNL skits all day.
Oh, there you go. That's productive.
a really good day. I'm sure.
Hey,
they
my
love
neighbor
that.
works for Purina.
Oh, nice.
I mean, Dog Chow Industries.
What would you say is the best Halloween SNL skit of all time?
I don't know.
Oh God, I don't know, man. I
So-
can't. Isn't there one with the pedophile one?
Yes, I was
Yeah.
gonna say with John Hamm and
Yeah. So you are a pedophile?
yes, I am a child molester on Halloween.
yeah.
What about not on Halloween?
Yeah.
I can't, to tell you the truth, I can't think off the top of my head many other notable Halloween sketches.
I like the one with Bill Hader's Vincent Price. And
See-
it's like the old Halloween special.
I haven't
And like
Oh,
Liberace
yeah.
keeps on making like
Yeah.
sexual innuendos.
watched a lot. I mean, I watched the viral stuff, but not a lot of the stuff throughout that era. Like I know that you guys. I mean, and I don't even think. I think technically you guys are probably old for that most recent eras.
This is tasty.
But I just I
really good.
didn't watch them enough to know other than the main sketches that made their way out.
Oh, I agree. But it's, well, kind of, going back to a conversation we had a couple episodes ago, I think you can make a case that SNL cast and the one currently is the most talented cast of all time.
See, I don't think there's a case for it. I think you can't make a case.
You can make the argument.
I think you can prefer it, but like we've went over before on this too, is that it's impossible to compare eras. I know we can watch it,
Yeah.
but that original cast was from UCBC and stuff. They invented improv.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to argue against all that stuff, and and that's not to say that they're not the most talented. They may be,
Sure.
but it's just. Well, I mean, more than anything, there's no statistics to back it up like there's in sports.
Yeah.
It's just all subjective, so it's
But
tough.
also, like, this cast is now, this one and probably the one before it is the cast that's been around, like, with the internet, I think. And, like, when Will Ferrell and all those guys were coming up, the internet was a new thing. And I didn't really watch SNL when Will Ferrell was, like, a big guy there. But I watched a lot of, like, the early YouTube clips where, like,
Yeah, I agree.
where you're just watching skit after skit of all of that stuff. And I don't think anybody's really, maybe people are still putting all that stuff together and compiling it.
And
But
the format's different now too. Who knows what my favorite cast, what we talked about a couple episodes ago, was the late '80s, early '90s. Who knows what they would have done with the ability to do like the 4 to 6 minute shorts?
yeah.
Oh, and
That's the best part of the show.
they've always
making
done
the
the-
and that was really Andy Samberg that really made that.
Yeah.
Like I mean, they were always there, but
That's
they were
his wheelhouse,
That
though.
was him and the
Yeah.
what's their called Lonely Island Boys.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was that's what they did to get on SNL.
Yeah. And I still think, like, I remember back in the day, like, I still remember, like, clearly from when I was a kid, the Crystal Pepsi gravy commercial.
Yeah. Oh, I think the
The
commercials.
commercials are, like...
Do they still do commercials?
Yeah, they still do them. They have, like, the last one I can remember is, like, a Chantix-style one with Kristen Wiig. But, yeah, they still do a couple here and there that are pretty solid.
Did you just call her Christian Wig?
Kristen.
He said Kristen.
Did he?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll back him up on that
All
one.
right. Well, I can't argue. I'm outvoted.
Yeah. Yeah. That was,
I don't
about what
know
got.
if you're aware of this. It's International Stout Day.
Is it?
Yeah, you got to drink a stout.
Well, I just did, didn't I?
Did you? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
took
say
a sip of this.
Is that a porter or a stout?
No, this is a stout. This is a good one, and this is a very solid. This is, I guess we could talk about that for a second. This is my second straight month. I was telling Tommy that I was the first one to sign up. This is the second
Are you the only?
No,
just kidding.
They went from my house to Scott's house up the road. The neighbor, Scott's neighbor. But yeah, this is the Mocha Merlin from Firestone, which was very good. Tom,
It was
Bender
very
tried
good.
it. You give it a
I
go.
very much
thank you
enjoyed
so
it.
much.
It's a chocolate and coffee infused milk stout, and I think I don't know why they're calling it
That is
infused
tasty.
unless they do it a different way. But it's very solid. I enjoy it a lot. You're gonna hear me drink it right now.
While you're drinking that, I watched in binge style Castlevania season 2 on.
And you dug
Oh,
it.
yeah?
Really dug it.
I started like the first episode and never went back. I did like it though.
Yeah, it's good.
There's a lot of that.
I was never really a big Castlevania
I never played the game.
video game guy. A little bit. They were always too hard for me when I was a kid.
Oh, I beat the first and second ones, and then I was done after that.
What are they up to?
Oh
like
no, let me take it.
47 now?
I did
At
beat
least
Symphony
20.
of the Night on PlayStation, which was a masterpiece.
Yeah. That and Super Castlevania are considered the two best.
Yeah. Symphony of the Night was like in a time where graphics were improving. It was still all hand-drawn
Still-
backgrounds.
Still side scroll, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then, but what was cool about that is when you beat it, it flipped the castle upside down, and you had to go back through it. Like,
Oh, wow, that's cool.
It was very cool.
They did Dracula really well. They made him a very compelling character. Like the plot is he has a human wife,
Yeah.
and the townspeople murder her.
Yeah,
and
I
then
do
he
remember
has
that.
vengeance.
Warren Ellis is the writer, right? Head writer on that, I believe.
I do not know.
I think that's why Dusty chimed in on it.
Yeah, I think Warren Ellis is the head writer.
Warren Ellis he's probably the biggest Warren Ellis fan I know, and I love Warren Ellis,
Yeah.
but Dusty is the biggest.
Have you ever read his books? They're in my queue to like listen to.
No,
but-
just his comics.
yeah, they seem a little dark for me. I am halfway through, maybe a little less than halfway through, Haunting of Hill House.
I hear it's good.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
It's pretty fucking creepy.
We need to check it. We tried checking it out over the weekend with
Like
everybody, but it was too much for a group of drunk
Yeah.
people.
Is it a show or a movie?
No,
Series
it's a
on
10
Netflix.
episode series on Netflix, and it's
Is it supernatural creepy?
about a family.
I don't
yeah.
think that's
Yeah, it's
cheesy.
ghosts. No, it's ghosts. It's about a family who moves into a house when they're kids.
Now, is this house haunted?
It is haunted.
Which
Well,
makes sense
you
because it is
think-
called the Haunted.
Yeah, it is
of
definitely
Hill.
haunted. But anyways, and then it's about their lives later on as they grow up, and they do the flashbacks to the kids, like the where they are and where everything's so well and so smoothly. It works very, very spectacularly. And some of the episodes are just so fucking dark. Like episode 3 was just it was about a girl who had one of the kids in the show is a child psychologist when she grows up, and she's talking to this kid, and she's talking about this monster that's in the basement that she sees, and the lady figures it all out by going downstairs and looking up in the ceiling, and it's just fucking dark. I don't want to put anything away, but I was like, Jesus Christ, that one
Yeah.
stuck with me for a
I think
couple
we'll probably
days.
check
Yeah.
it out. We really did a deep dive in scary movies this year. We watched a lot of them.
Yeah.
And we were due to soccer and sports and all that jazz. We're already behind.
And all that jazz.
Yeah, and now we've done nothing but scary movies for the last 4 weeks, so now we're super behind on everything.
Yeah, I didn't watch a lot of
I don't know if
scary movies.
I noticed you looking at it, but I saw this commercial earlier. This new show on NBC.
Yeah, the
Masked Singer.
Yeah, I
Have you
was
seen
like,
this?
What is that?
Are they? I know Hollywood's been out of ideas, but is TV out of ideas now
I think
too?
so. I think
What
we're
is
in trouble.
it? The Masked Singer?
Yeah, what it is a group of celebrity guessers. Like they're not judges; they're on there to try to guess who's singing. It could be a musician, an athlete, a Grammy winner, a Tony winner. We don't know.
Why
could
would
be
you
an
watch
Oscar
that?
winner? I don't know, but so Nick Cannon's the host, so I can only assume that
Of course, it's the host.
I can only assume that he's also executive producer because he left America's Got Talent because he felt like it was making him less black. His words.
Yeah.
So he must be in charge of this because he had, for lack of a better way to describe it, his hair was unkept. Some Imus would call it nappy, but
Is Imus still a thing?
no, he went away after that. But it looks. I mean, but you got to see it because the outfits that they're wearing are like Japanese cosplay outfits, like to hide them, or like
okay.
Daft Punk style
It has,
outfits. I mean,
then it's all about the theatrics then, because otherwise, who the hell
well, here's
cares?
what cracks me up on the trailers for it, the commercials for it, is they've got all these outfits on and they've got a microphone and they're singing.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not retarded. There's no damn way that
Yeah.
they're wearing those costumes and that microphone is working while
Yeah.
they're singing.
Yeah.
And do you think maybe there's this one guy that's got like the huge mask on and he's actually got it up above his head? Like, well, my mouth on the costume's above my head, so like
Hey,
stupid.
why wouldn't you just
stupid.
mic him up inside if you really wanted him to sing?
And maybe they are.
Yeah.
But then they're gonna get it should be hollowy,
Yeah.
dumb.
It's a dumb idea.
Yeah, stupid.
Speaking of out of TV, I just saw on the way here one of the news updates. Apparently that show Homecoming on Amazon with Julia Roberts.
oh
you
yeah,
see the preview
yeah, I've
for
seen
that?
the trailer for it.
So
God,
that
what has she been up to? I haven't seen her in anything.
I guess in this,
Just taking her time, being a hot chick, man.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
laying
she's
back.
pretty good for
I
old.
think so. I think so.
I'm not going to kick her out of bed for eating crackers.
I think you watch Pretty Woman and My Best Friend's Wedding, and she was smoking hot in those movies. And I think
My Best Friend's Wedding, the 90s hair did not do it for me.
dude, that you're
Yeah, she
crazy.
definitely 90s hair.
She had a scene where she fakes this little dance move up in the.
I'm not saying she's not cute.
She had her shit
Did she
together.
ever get married after Lyle Lovett?
I don't know. He ruined her for other men.
But anyways, that show is actually based on a podcast. It's the same name, and it had Oscar Isaac and Patricia Arquette, bunch of people in it. Anyways,
You sure wasn't Rosanna Arquette?
yeah, no, it wasn't.
All I want to do when I wake up in the morning is hold you tight.
But yeah, no.
Nothing? You know you want There we go.
But yeah, no, I thought it was kind of crazy that they made a TV show out of a podcast.
Yeah,
Like, we're going.
I
like,
mean-
we're coming full circle now.
I mean, it's
Oh,
the,
who would play
Well,
us in our
Lord did
movie?
that too.
Lore's one. I'm just amazed we haven't seen Welcome to Night Vale, the TV series, yet.
That is
Working
surprising.
on that. I tried
Yeah.
to.
I
I
couldn't
tried to
get
listen to
Serial,
that. Could
we'll
not
get
get into it.
Serial TV show. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, this third season is pretty good.
is
Which
it?
one's
Right
that?
up
One?
your alley, Bender.
Yeah.
It makes you really hate Whitey.
Yeah, I hate the Whiteys.
You do. You do
No,
make
it's
the one.
so. Did you guys ever listen to Serial season 1 or 2?
I did not.
Is that no?
Okay, well, season 3 is all about the justice system in the city of Cleveland. And let me go say on a limb here, it is a shit show.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Nope. Yep.
City of Cleveland still feeling the effects of LeBron leaving. I mean,
Yeah.
firing their coaches and
It's a dark spot in the world right now.
I saw one tweet when Hugh Jackson got fired, the coach of the Browns. Why would they fire him in his best season? He was
He
2-5.
did
Best season he's ever had.
yeah.
Bill Belichick. So Hugh Jackson has the worst winning percentage in NFL coaching history.
088? think
No,
that's
it's not
it.
that bad. It's like point.
No, I think it is.
Is it that bad?
Yeah, it's less than.
Well, remember he was a Raiders coach and he went 8-8 that one year.
Oh, I'm sorry. In Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland, yeah, I think
3
you're
for
right.
36
Yeah.
in Cleveland.
He's still rich though.
So I think it's like 0.18 or one or maybe
Our
0.2.
point 0.88 is what it is.
So I
think
saw a stat
that.
where Bill Belichick would have to lose 160 or something games in a row to get that winning percentage.
no shit.
A lot of people are blaming some of the editing of Hard Knocks for it.
For
There
his
was-
losing
there-
streak.
We don't know for him getting fired. There was a division between him and his offensive coordinator, which was Todd Haley, and Hard Knocks portrayed him as the laid back guy, and Haley and Greg Lewis as the aggressive, like mean, demonstrative coaches. And apparently they weren't. Well, they didn't like. It's not that they didn't get along, is that, and it wasn't like he was trying to take over play calling. It's just that everything that apparently you tried to say was met with what's the word I'm looking for? Met with
Optimism?
not optimism, like he
Pessimism.
no, yeah,
Disdain?
yeah, just a conflict. Everything was met with
Unhappiness?
conflict, and
Well, Todd Haley's an asshole, apparently.
and they thought that the show had a lot to do with it. So I think Misty brought this up. I didn't even think this. I think there's now a new curse. It's the Hard Knocks curse. Jeff Fisher and Hugh Jackson
Oh, yeah.
didn't make it through a full season
What
after
was
they
it?
were on there.
Before that, it was the Madden curse, right? Like if
Yeah,
you made
hurt
it,
players,
if you
yeah.
Yeah.
made it onto the cover, you're the hurt player.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
What's it
curse.
like being in halftime and your 3 retired NFL guys standing there, knowing the guy that's interviewing you can beat your ass, or the guy you're talking to,
Speaking of the UFC, my hero.
which is Daniel Cormier, by the way. That's
Der-
who he's fighting.
Derek Lewis is the man.
He is the man.
Yeah, he's funny.
So the latest tweet I saw that was
His Instagram's the best.
we were
I have
texting.
to pull him up now.
One of our buddies was texted Bender and I, and he was interviewed and asked, what do you eat before a big fight? And he said, if my wife's in town, her ass.
Yeah. Oh, he
He's
said.
so gross.
So there was a
Hey, 'tis the season for ass eating.
there was a moment. I think it was last year or so, where it was the champions panel and who they were fighting. It was a big UFC weekend, and Daniel Cormier was sitting up there with his belt, and Derek Lewis was sitting beside him because they really have no ill will towards each other.
Is this my cup?
It's the one you're using, yeah.
I never actually poured it.
Oh.
Thanks. I'm going to use it now.
Okay, yeah, that's why we left it out. And Cormier had said something, and Derek Lewis, I said, do you think Derek could ever get a shot at you if you ever moved to heavyweight? Because he hadn't at the time. And Derek Lewis said, he goes, man, I met him backstage, and he already threatened to knock me out. And they're like, Derek, why are you mad at Cormier? You guys seem like you'd get along. He goes, he disrespected Popeye's chicken on that commercial.
So wait, who's Derek Lewis fighting in 2 weeks?
That guy that
Cormier?
was just here, yeah, Daniel Cormier.
And Lewis has no chance, right?
A prohibitive underdog, big time underdog, for multiple reasons. One, he would be anyway because he doesn't have much of a gas tank. To his defense, he has a bad back.
Okay.
He's never got it better.
Why are they rushing this fight so fast?
Because the fight is Brock Lesnar, Daniel Cormier.
Okay.
And this is a good. Brock Lesnar's got to go through so many months of USADA chest testing before he can legally fight.
Could Lewis beat Brock Lesnar?
He'd have to. Here's a short answer with Lewis. As long as he's got a right hand,
Yeah.
he's got a chance.
Uh-huh.
But against the guys like Lesnar and Cormier are not good matchups for him. These are the best wrestlers in the history of fighting.
Gotcha.
And arguably the world.
He's just a brawler.
And
right?
he's going to, they're going to take him down. They're going to grind him out. Both of those guys, Lesnar and Cormier, do most of their damage in close. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It's a tough haul for him. But and the quick turnaround's the other big reason. But he he even said, too, they asked him, when they talked to him, when Joe asked him in the cage, he goes, no, man, I ain't going to fight for no title. I got this cardio down. And then they said, well, why did you take it? And he said, well, I mean, I'm not going to get any better shape than I'm already in coming off of a camp, so I might as well just keep the camp going.
Yeah.
And he goes, and they're going to pay my black ass. His payday for this has to be not Conor. Nobody's getting Conor paydays.
It's 9-figure payout, though, you'd think, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, 9-figure.
So he's
You
at least
mean-
$1 million?
9-figure.
7-figure,
Okay,
sorry.
yeah.
Sorry.
No. It might even be 8-figure. He might be like
wow.
10 million.
That's awesome.
But that'd be that's like blood money. That's coaxing
Yeah.
him to do it because, I mean, the UFC it's been kind of their own doing has had some problems when it comes to their titles and creating these interim titles and stripping guys for no reason. There's just a lot of weird things.
So speaking of UFC,
Well, hold on. I didn't
Sure.
go. But right now in the heavyweight and light heavyweight division, it's never been more of a roadmap. Gustafson's fighting Jones. They want Jones to win. There's no way around it. He's the greatest fighter of all time.
Is he back?
Yeah, he fights December for the lightweight title that they're about to strip Cormier up. Cormier's going to beat Lewis. Let's say he does. He'll go fight Lesnar. The UFC has no problem with either one of the guys winning because they said John Jones will, if he wins the lightweight title from Gustafson, he will step up and fight heavyweight. And he'll be the favorite. He'll
What's
be the
the-
favorite against Lesnar. He'll be the favorite against
What's
Cormier
the pound
again.
difference between light and heavy?
So there's a light heavyweight is 205, and heavyweight can't weigh heavyweight can't weigh more than 265. So you can be anything between 205 and 265. Lesnar, Lewis, those guys typically lay in the 255. Lesnar's
see
always
that.
at 265.
John Jones, he can't be more than 205.
John Jones walks around about 230.
Does he?
He's
Is he
6'4",
Is he?
6'3",
I was
yeah.
gonna say he's skinny though, man.
John Jones will be a favorite against every heavyweight he faces.
Well, he's a monster
And
fighter, but
if he fights Brock Lesnar, it might be murder. I mean,
You think?
yeah, Brock Lesnar won't be quick enough to take him down, and he will pick him apart.
yeah, he's just gonna poke at him until he runs out of energy.
So,
And then a
my-
murdering.
My UFC question is hashtag True Son Ben Askren is coming to UFC, right?
First trade in the history of MMA.
Where does he fight at?
So he has fought for Bellator, for for a bunch of different guys. He currently is he's got 6 fights or 4 fights left in his one his one championship. So one championship is truly a rival for UFC.
Okay.
And they're a massive Japanese promotion. Massive. Well, he is kind of all but retired because he's 20-something and 0. Demetrius Johnson, who
Is he a badass?
Demetrius?
No, Ben Askren.
Well, we'll get to it.
Okay.
Demetrius
Ben
is,
Askren?
Demetrius is widely considered one of the top 3 pound-for-pound fighters of all time. He just lost his title in an upset. He has a few fights left on his UFC contract. So UFC agreed to let him out of his. One agreed to let them out of theirs if they flopped and signed. Now, Demetrius is a lighter guy, so it doesn't matter. But it will now be the last great champion to never have fought in the UFC is now going to get to fight in the UFC. And Khabib Nurmagomedov, who just beat Conor and is considered one of the greatest wrestlers in the history of UFC, is not as good a wrestler as Ben Askren. Ben Askren will be, when he gets in there, the most dominant wrestler in the history of UFC. He will be the best controlling fighter of the UFC, and maybe if he gets a shot at the title, be the worst striker to ever fight for a title.
So what does he fight at though? What weight class?
So he fights at he has fought at 155. His natural weight is 170. Well, he was the 170-pound champ, but they fixed their weight classes in Japan, which the United States needs to fall in line with. So he's currently the 175-pound champ. That would put him against George St. Pierre. He won't fight Tyron Woodley.
Isn't he calling out GSP?
Everybody wants to fight GSP because
he's done, right?
No. He won the 185-pound title.
Okay.
And
How old is he, though?
He's 36, 35. But GSP's in my opinion, the greatest mixed martial artist of all time. And he'll fight when he wants to fight, and
Could anybody give him a run for his money?
Tyron Woodley
St. Louis's own?
Yeah, he has an outside shot of going down as the greatest welterweight of all time. But he is the same weight class of Askren, and they will never fight each other because they are best friends because they are both from MIZ.
ZOU.
Yep, and they're never going to do it. They're just never going to do it. But Ben Askren is undefeated. He's lost a round before to Jay Heron, but he's made really, really good fighters look really, really bad, like Khabib has done. There's a lot of people saying that they'll do catch weights. Like Askren's not. Askren's old now for the sport.
Yeah, he's like 34.
So he's there to make super fights. He wants to fight. He called out a guy named Darren Till, which is a good first fight for him. He'll fight catch weights at guys like Khabib. He might even fight guys heavier.
So he might fight that Khabib guy who beat Conor?
He wants to. I mean,
hell, I'd watch that.
Well, he wants to fight for years and years and years now. It's been better than George St. Pierre. We'll see.
Do you think he could beat him?
I think if there's one person that might be able to out-wrestle, it's George St. Pierre. It's Ben. Do I think he can beat George St. Pierre? No, I don't. I think it would be.
But GSP's lost though before, hasn't he?
Yeah, GSP lost. He's lost twice. He lost once to
Who's that? Like
Matt Hughes,
who's a St. Louis guy, right?
and then he came back. No, Granite City.
He's on the other side.
Yeah. And then he came back and destroyed Matt Hughes.
Yeah.
And then he got lost. An unfocused GSP lost to Matt Serra in the greatest upset in the history of MMA. And then he came back and obliterated Matt Serra, and he's not lost since. GSP is like 30-2 and hasn't lost. And then he stepped up at 205 and won that title.
That's crazy.
And I mean, he's the greatest athlete to ever fight in MMA.
Do you think Conor's done for the most part, like at least being
the
star that he is?
No, because Conor, I mean, after he lost, he went and on Monday Night Football and was throwing footballs the pregame, and then he went and he bought some fire department 10 tickets to the World Series Game 1.
No shit.
He's like Chuck Liddell, where he's like...
What Conor's doing is smart. Conor, who's been the bad boy and made a lot of stupid fucking mistakes.
He turned face.
He went face because he's now doing nice things for people because of what Khabib did, and he's angling for that rematch.
Oh, yeah.
He's not going to get that rematch.
What is Conor, like 28?
Niners. Hey, let's
Kittle.
talk real quick about the other faker wrestling going to Saudi Arabia this weekend.
A lot of people are backing out.
Only 2.
John Cena and another guy.
Daniel Bryan.
That's 2.
Yeah, but John Cena was like instrumental in getting him there, right?
John Cena's just a massive appeal overseas for everybody, so he gets them into every market.
Yeah.
He's the Rock Light.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the Rock that never left wrestling. Well, now he's leaving wrestling.
Yeah.
So.
I just watched him on, was it Stephen Colbert? It was either Colbert or Seth Meyers. I remember. That dude is charming. Like he's
Oh,
a very,
Cena's
very charming, nice guy.
Yeah, he's a good person.
Yeah.
But speaking of,
But you know who they're bringing back?
well, you know, Gene Mean, Hulk Hogan
Mean?
returned.
Is he really?
They would when the WWE was parodying what
I gotta be honest, your Hulk Hogan-
they'd say Gene Mean instead of Mean Gene.
Your Hulk Hogan was kind of a Macho Man Randy Savage thing.
It's
I'm
the
like,
same
they're bringing
guy.
him back from the dead?
It's the same guy. They're the same guy.
Yeah, basically. One had blonde hair, one had brown hair, though.
No, Cena backed out. Then Daniel Bryan backed
Danielson,
out. But Randy Orton, St. Louis's own, took a shot at Cena.
What did he say?
Yeah, TMZ was following him, or someone was following him in the airport, and they said,
Was he taking a shit in someone's luggage?
no, they go,
That's the
what-
thing he did.
They go, yeah, that's a backstage stuff. I thought that was
gross.
DX.
No, Randy Orton. Well, they may have done it too.
Yeah.
Randy
Well,
Orton.
anyway, somebody goes, "Hey, Randy, what do you think of John pulling out of the Saudi Arabia show?" And he goes, "Oh, I didn't realize he still wrestled."
Nah.
Sick burn, sick burn. Yeah. So Randy's not.
He's not liked.
He might be the greatest wrestler in the history of wrestling to not have a lot of friends in the locker room.
Yeah. My parents knew him growing up because he went to Hazelwood, and they said that his family was kind of shitty. So.
Well, I mean, they've been lifelong wrestling people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cowboy Bob.
He's third generation.
Yeah. I met him one time at
Hey.
Amazing Spider-Man. He was
Somebody-
nice to the kids.
Yeah, somebody brought up the old some Saturday or some evening or late night talk show. Colbert.
Me.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but the remaining 2/3 members of the Beastie Boys were on Jimmy Fallon on the Tonight Show.
No.
It was fucking great, man.
Was it?
Not just because I'm a Beastie Boy fan, but it
Oh,
was,
Fallon, ham it up. Do you do some impressions like we're crazy?
well, he showed a
Did they
clip.
sing a song?
No. Mixmaster Mike was there doing the stuff though.
Okay.
But Fallon showed a clip of him in high school. With him and
course he did.
Him and his buddy had a VHS camera set
Yeah.
up, and they were doing the check your heads, what you say, what you want video. They were lip syncing it because apparently he's like good friends with them.
Oh, yeah.
Because and like
Everybody
Ben
loves
Stiller,
Jimmy Fallon, right?
And Ben Stiller, he's good friends with
Your
the Beastie
mom
Boys.
does, for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody's mom loves Jimmy
Yeah.
Fallon.
I thought that I just missed something.
It wasn't a jab. It's everybody's mom
But
loves Jimmy Fallon.
they got that new memoir book they just released,
Yeah.
and they're pushing it. I asked for it for Christmas from my family.
Oh. They were
Or
on,
birthday, hopefully birthday, maybe.
They were on Shocking Guys. I listen to NPR. They're on NPR.
Oh.
And it's a pretty good little interview. They were talking about I'm sorry, man.
Adam
I'm gonna
Yauch is the one that died.
Passed away. Adam. They're talking about how Adam was
That was-
basically their main driver. Like
Yeah. I mean,
Any-
MCA. He was
So
MCA.
there was an Adam Driver in the Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
No, Adam Yauch was the guy that wrote most of the stuff.
Yeah.
They all really contributed, especially in the live side of their stuff, but he wrote most of their stuff. They told a good story about when they were there for the Walk This Way video because they were touring and opening with Run DMC, and Adam Yauch had asked, he goes, "Hey, I can play the bass. Can I play the bass on the when you guys do it with Aerosmith?" And Run DMC was like, "Yeah, man." And he comes out, and they said he was come out in the bass, and you could see Aerosmith look like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And he tried to do the cool back-to-back thing with Joe Perry, and Joe Perry was like running around. They said Adam was chasing him backwards, and then you can see Steven Tyler was like angling off the stage because he was like, "I'm not getting involved in this shit. Like, who is this guy?"
This guy.
Yeah, first hip hop album to ever go #1 on the charts.
Really?
That's
yeah,
fun fact.
Yeah. So yeah,
It'll be a good
I,
read.
I love them, and I'm going to get the book in one way or the other, and I'm going to read it. But yeah, massively influential. I mean, they were like stage 2 of hip hop. Stage 1 being Run DMC, Jam Master Jay, the Treacherous 3, all those guys.
Sugar Delight.
They were the Sugar Hill Gang. Is that what you?
Them too.
What did you say?
That's a
Sugar Delight. Is that a drink?
That's your new hip hop name.
Yeah, them rap fellas. Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
it was. If you see the viral clips, it was very fun. It was a good interview with the remaining Mike Diamond and Ad Rock.
Yeah, they're
So-
like 50 now, which is crazy.
Fuck yeah, cool guys, man.
Better to burn out than fade away.
Yep. I don't really have anything else.
You got to have something, Thomas.
Where are we at?
Well, we're good. Go, just talk. 50 minutes, man. We nothined our way through.
I don't know if
Yeah.
we're going to talk too much about this, but your favorite band of all time, The Urge, the goal song for the Blues, kind of growing on me a little bit.
You have? Yeah, we haven't talked, and you
I
did
have not
say
heard
that
this.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now when the Blues, they score their goal and they do when the Saints come marching into the horn and then in the organ, and then they play a song written by The Urge.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They got together and
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it because they score so little that you're just excited to hear it?
Ah,
Is that what it is?
It was, I don't know. The Blues have always had a good relationship with the Urge. The Urge used to do these back in the heyday of the Point, back 10 years ago, 90s, especially more than 10. 20 years ago. They used to put on celebrity hockey tournaments, and the Blues would come out and help and support it, and they'd have different Urge-themed jerseys and Point-themed jerseys. And so it was I think they said that the Blues PR people kind of reached out to them and said, hey, I mean, they're St. Louis's biggest or longest-running band.
Yeah. And they're the most
whoa.
loyal.
Shot at Bob Cuban out of nowhere.
Oh, sorry. But they deserve that star on the Walk of Fame. They deserve it.
What's that guy who just died? The Blueberry Hill guy.
Chuck Berry?
Yeah.
Chuck Berry, I mean, yeah, he counts.
I think he's been around for longer.
The Urge
I
are
was.
the most long-tenured band without peeping at girls in restrooms.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, that's a title to have.
It's a different. That's obviously that was a massively different time period too. Because
Yeah.
Chuck, yes, he's from St. Louis, but Chuck really left St. Louis to
I
go
know.
get famous.
I know. No,
The
I mean,
Urge-
Steve has really hung around.
and
for
the Urge
sure.
got big and never left.
No.
And they've made a living out of being the St. Louis local
Oh, yeah.
band.
Yeah. I
mean,
mean, that's knowing your roots and then like.
Got to be. I'd say that it'd be you'd be harder pressed to find a bigger local band success story that really stayed local. I
Hey,
mean,
Steve Ewing follows the show.
oh
show?
yeah.
Yeah.
He's talked. We've tweeted and talked, and
Yeah.
he's a follower on the
He's a
old
super nice
on
guy.
the Twitters. Yeah. Oh, and we've met him because my cousin's husband's band has opened up for him, so we've met him, and Missy's a massive fan. And one day it was funny because Missy and Carter both are mega fans, and we were going in to watch 311 and Snoop. And Steve was handing out flyers for a show that he was doing, and they both flipped out and jumped up, and he hugged them and took pictures with them, and I was like, if for one, you would have not known he was any level of celebrity because of how cool
yeah.
he was, and two, you would have thought he was the most famous person in one because
yeah,
of how
yeah.
Missy and Carter were acting.
When I don't know if he worked at Purina yet, but or Dog Chow Industries. That's twice now. You're gonna have to edit that.
Not doing it.
I think we're well past the fact where
Yeah,
we're
I
at
know.
work.
We know. We know. Everybody knows where you work. Anyways, he opened that hot dog stand, and we went there and checked it out. And he's the fucking guy delivering hot dogs to people's houses. I'm like, in a beat up like Mitsubishi
Fucker
truck.
works. He works.
He's a hustler.
And it just blew my mind. I'm like, you don't have to do this,
He also-
and yet you do.
He also owns TikTok Tavern now.
Oh, really?
And
Oh,
he put
yeah.
his hot dog stand in that too. So,
Yeah, that's awesome.
so the song though, you do like the song.
At first I was like, it's kind of cheesy, but now it's definitely great. It grew on me really quickly.
They said the goal was to make a song that was St. Louis that
Yeah.
kept the horns of Saints Go Marching In,
Yeah.
and that the fans could still be singing when the puck drops
I
for
found
the
myself.
next play.
I found myself by the second game I've been to this year singing along to the song
do you
already.
still have your season ticket same section?
No, I've moved. They move me every year now. 'cause-
Oh, do they?
Yeah. Well,
Have you heard? He has a war with them. He has to call the ticket office
I know
every
he
year.
does, but I didn't know if he got a same spot. I was just curious how
No.
like your.
well, this year I got back on the aisle, so that was.
I thought he was about to say back on the ice. I didn't even know.
I was just curious that if like the other people around you.
Well, I don't need an award or anything. But speaking of awards, the Riverfront Times just came out with their top 40 bars in the St. Louis metropolitan area.
Oh.
And our very own Shamrocks got best bar in St. Charles County.
As
there you
well they
go.
should. As well they
Yeah.
should.
We need a clap
Congrats
thing.
to
Yeah, so
well,
Kyle,
I don't have
to
the
listen or not anymore.
I mean, I would have clapped, but my hands are full.
That's awesome. I might be getting a iPad from work for my permanent iPad at home because we're switching how we
You
do
could just
things.
buy one.
Yeah.
So I might just inherit that and I'll turn it into the show's iPad.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I don't have anything.
wow.
I turned 35 this year. I've been trying to figure out something fun to do for that. So you guys should get on that
You turned 35.
in January
He'll turn
2019.
35
next
year.
year. Technically,
Okay. So
And
we
he
should
wants
do
us
something?
to plan for him.
yeah. You should figure some
If
shit
you guys
out.
Okay. I want to let's dial it back for a second.
Hey, we did a good thing for your 35th.
No. I would love to plan something for your 35th, but whatever I planned for your 35th would not work for the majority of the people that would be at your 35th birthday.
Yeah, well, fuck him. It's my birthday.
Okay, well, you tell me that, and
Yeah.
I will call your wife tomorrow and say, let's make it great.
Yeah, let's make it great.
We're going to get you a...
Should we get a hashtag?
We're gonna get,
make
you know
Bender's-
what?
Make Bender's birthday great again.
I believe it's still traveling. We'll call Gus, and we'll still go out and do
yeah.
some stuff.
Oh, we
Or
should.
you just
That'd
want
be
to be calling
fun.
Mike. Rest in peace, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Mike.
It should definitely still be Gus, right? Somebody take that over?
I think they are. They are. But yeah, I mean, you could do it. Like, I mean, we were there for your last birthday, and there was a significant amount of people are like, "Who
fuck
got
those guys."
regular fucking beer at this place?" Herber.
Yeah, fuck them. They don't have to come if they don't want.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
that's when
down.
I showed up to your party. You immediately ditched your friends to hang out with me.
Yeah.
I felt honored.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, that's what I do.
Well, you're
Your friends listen to the show.
no, they download, I believe. They just don't.
Nah,
Jason, your cousin downloads, just doesn't listen.
Yeah. Matt listens. Matt Marine listens.
Oh yeah. She follows us on all social medias.
Yeah.
Too.
Hey, speaking of listeners, what's up, Rebrat?
Hey, yeah,
buddy.
it's been a while since we called out to Phil.
Man,
Shout
it's
out
been
to-
crazy busy. I feel like I haven't been here in forever.
You have not
You haven't
been there. We didn't even know you were still in the show. We were shocked as we were sitting down here about to start, and the door opened. We're like, "Whoa, Bender's here!"
I know.
Turns out 3 kids is a lot of kids.
Dude, it's way too many
Yeah.
kids. Yeah, I don't know what
It's
you
just-
were thinking.
I wasn't. I was thinking that she knew what she was doing. She didn't.
Oh, Niners.
I had a friend. I don't know if I told you, but I had a friend that is a few years older than me, and
So he's dead.
yeah, probably four years older than me. And I ran into him at this comic convention down in Springfield, and I saw on social media. He very rarely posts, but I saw him tagged in a post. He just had a kid. I go, dude, what were you fucking thinking? He goes, oops.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, get a vasectomy, jackass. The fact that your old ass is producing good swimmers is
Ugh.
ridiculous.
No, the new guy's pretty cool though. I like him. I'll keep him.
Well, so far,
It's cutie.
he's easy.
Yeah.
He's low maintenance right now.
Yeah, he cried today for like the first time for like a minute. Like usually it's like either feed me or give me a change of my diaper.
Is he keeping you up at night?
No, he's
Really?
pretty chill.
Rachel
No,
gets up all the time,
I'm sure-
but he's not keeping Bender up.
Harrison
I
Bender
feed-
isn't keeping up John at night. It's probably Josh Holly keeping Bender up
Oh,
at
yeah.
night.
Oh, I told you we weren't going to talk politics, and I thought he would try it because we're on
Nah,
the
man, I'm not. I
on
keep
the
my
eve.
politics out.
We're on the eve. We're close. We're close.
Yeah.
Hey, I will
I do
say
hate that guy though.
I will say this about politics real quick. Just before we came down, I saw the most disgusting ad commercial for an Illinois race. It was Mike Madigan
Yeah.
Mike Madigan.
and I could be
JP Smooth?
JP or JB
You're still trying to go
Princeton,
smooth, aren't you?
Princeton, something like that.
JB Princeton.
That's it, something
he
like
does
that.
sound like a douchebag.
So they're Democrats.
Okay.
Doesn't make him that.
The Republican
douchebags.
running against them was fake ministering a marriage that you could tell by the silhouette was two men, and he was saying, Madigan, do you take Princeton? And Princeton, and he goes, regardless of the outcome, Illinois is beep. And I was like, and he closes the Bible, and I'm like, the most disgusting.
It's been real low class.
I mean, he
this
could have
year.
at least said, I pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what they were going for that.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh, yeah.
scare the people of Illinois to think gays are taking over. Let's scare them to think that the Democrats are evil.
Well,
and,
did you see the?
and I'm morally awesome.
Well,
Yeah,
that,
just
you know
a bad-
that ad that was making the way around Twitter with the two black ladies talking about if a Democrat gets in, black people are going to get lynched again.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Good stuff.
that same group put that on for Josh Hawley. I was in the gym listening to this. I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me! Like that. Like it was the grossest ad I've ever heard in my entire life.
I don't know that we're allowed to talk about it a lot, but can we at least bring up that it took hashtag Blexit for
Kanye West to
ditch
get his shit
Trump?
together?
Yeah.
To ditch Trump. He ain't got his shit together. He just ditched Trump.
Ah, that guy's-
He said, and I quote, I feel like I was used, like
Yeah,
he was
you
using
think?
me to help the
I feel
black
bad for that. I feel bad for him. I
Hey,
do.
he's got something wrong with
Because
him.
he does. And he quit taking his medicine because he said it made him chubby and people were making fun of how chubby he looked.
He's got low self-esteem.
He's
and
bipolar.
Does he have kids with Kim Kardashian?
Two.
Yeah, two of them.
Northwest and Southwest or something. One of them's name's North for sure.
No, wait, is it north?
It is Northwest. No, it's theirs.
Yeah, one of them's north and the other. Because
no,
they dressed up like Lil Pump and
You're thinking of
him.
the Beyonce's.
Yeah, Blue Ivy.
Blue Ivy.
Blue Ivy and then whatever the twins' names are. One of them's name's Northwest.
Oh,
though.
that's awesome.
Yeah, but no, I do.
You were speechless how crazy he is. Hey, speaking of Southwest, we just booked our spring break trip
no,
with
that's
the
a
girls
segue.
next year.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, we're going
Man,
to San Diego.
You're working on being father of the century or something with these vacations every year.
We're going to San Diego. We're gonna do Legoland.
Is that like a real theme park?
Yeah, it's
Because I
real.
did the Legoland in Kansas.
No, that's awful.
Not
It's
cool.
not worth it. But yeah, so we're gonna do that.
Is it not worth doing?
We're no, well,
For-
maybe
well,
for
for
littles.
your guys,
yeah,
it's
maybe
fine.
for littles. We're
Yeah.
thinking of renting a car and driving up the coast into LA and stuff.
That'd
We'll
be
see. We're staying right there near the airport, which is right at downtown San Diego, near the gas lamp, near Little Italy, near the seaside with Midway Museum.
San Diego's awesome.
Yeah, San Diego's awesome.
I've not been that far
It's going
west
to be
yet.
too cold to swim in the ocean. There'll be people out there surfing, but our hotel
Get some
will have-
bodysuits now.
Our hotel will have a swimming pool heated, and yeah, it's going to be a good time. I think
You got to fight a shark.
So the
man.
reason I brought it up though is because we went through. I found the cheapest place to book it was Southwest Travel, which is
like you did the whole thing through Southwest.
yeah, I did because
Are they official sponsor now?
yeah, because they're
You better tag them.
I tell it what it is. You save so much on the fucking plane tickets when you book through their travel
This is
site.
brought to you by Southwest Travel.
Yeah, good job, Southwest.
Got a Southwest card.
I was gonna say something and I forgot. That's generally how my life goes.
Yep. So I mean,
I've
anyway,
delivered
I mean,
now.
we just without having a fucking thing to talk about, we're at
Yeah, we did
1
pretty
hour.
good.
So
we did pretty
we
good.
might as well throw it to Missy and see if there's anything that we've got just to hit on real quick. So Bender Rooney, Missy.
I was looking at her.
Crickets.
Yeah,
Bender?
crickets. No, got nothing. It was fun to be here again.
Yeah, it was good to see you.
guys so much.
I got two things.
We love you, big guy.
Yeah. What about you, Thomas?
Well, hey, those St. Louis Blues are playing pretty well this third period here and threatening to climb out of the cellar. And if you've not been down to the Enterprise Center, get on down there. The adjustments they've made, the seats.
Are they still doing no paper tickets? That's dumb.
It's a pain in the ass, yeah.
That's dumb.
Wait,
That's
so you got to have it on your phone?
Yes, but
What if you don't have a smartphone?
I have two credit cards, basically.
So
Cards, so for me, but yeah,
So you swipe a credit card if you don't have a.
Well, he's
No,
got a season ticket on
I have
his
a
card.
a season ticket card.
Yeah.
Oh,
But like
okay.
if you bought tickets, they would either email you the ticket or you would do it on your phone.
What if I'm like an old lady?
You'd
Right.
be fucked.
Right. There's a problem.
So
Yeah.
when I went to the home opener with Bananas, I had to use my phone for both our tickets.
Yeah.
Because they
That's
didn't
annoying.
even email me those. That was a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a couple things. I'm sorry. You go ahead and finish what you were saying. Good. The
I know
arena's
it's-
good.
What's that?
The Enterprise Center
Everyone's
is good.
And my other thing is, God damn it, I'm really excited about the movie Vice coming out at Christmas. I posted it on the.
You really are. You got hard on for that
And
movie.
it looks. I mean,
You got a thing for Dick Cheney?
Yeah.
I have
He's
a
got a
thing
thing for
no,
dicks.
no,
Cheney.
I
He's got a
like-
thing he wants to get shot in the face.
Yeah.
I
You think that's in the movie?
think Christian Bale's underrated.
It is. We talked about this.
I don't know.
He's very inflammatory.
I think he's Daniel Day-Lewis.
I don't think he's that level of method acting, but he's known to be very inflammatory on the set.
I
He's
just think he knows how
temperamental.
to pick his roles.
Yeah, I think he's good. Well, I mean, 310 to Yuma, he's fucking great at that.
Oh, that movie's
Yeah, that's a
underrated.
good movie.
That is a great.
He was a good Batman. Damn it.
No, I agree. I'm not saying he's not.
no,
I
he
just
was a
don't-
great Batman. He's arguably the best
He
Batman.
doesn't do enough movies to be like, man, I'm kind of tired of him.
He does pick and choose. But he also still makes a lot of independent films. I watched one last year. I can't think of the name, but it's him and I believe Casey Affleck.
Is it the one where they fight in the coal town?
Yeah,
Was it good? It got really bad reviews.
No, it was very entertaining.
I forget what it
It
was
had me
called,
on the edge
though.
of my seat.
Speaking of bad reviews, I was a little disappointed to hear the Queen movie didn't get good
Bohemian
reviews.
Rhapsody. It's,
I heard there's a lot of
actually,
problems
I
apparently on
heard
set.
that Malik, Terrence.
Yeah, he's great.
he was amazing, but they said that it's the light version of Queen's
Yeah,
Story.
they like
So-
totally.
If you really read the reviews, they say it's an entertaining movie, but it really doesn't tell you the real story.
Well, I
quick.
mean,
Exactly,
what
yeah,
does
Who
that
gives a
mean?
fuck?
Do they want him like taking one in the ass or
They
something
want
like
to
that?
see
No.
him and David Bowie waking up in bed together. Is what they want to see.
Well, and they didn't travel down like the alcoholism, the drug addiction,
Yeah.
or any of. They didn't touch on the gay stuff at all. And to be honest with you, I think if I were
That's a massive part. It's the first all
Yeah, it's a
out
big. Yeah,
band.
it's the first all out band. And if you're gay and they're a big influence in your life, you think you'd want to see that. If like he's an icon for you, I think you'd want that.
I'm actually more excited to see Rocket Man coming out next year with Elton John's story.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty. I didn't know that was happening.
So my
Who's
first
playing Elton John?
we said it already. It's
I
Taron.
don't actually listen to
Oh
this.
yeah, it's Taron Egerton or whatever from Kingsman.
He's a good actor.
He's
It's apparently, I guess, in Bohemian Rhapsody they try to do all of Queen in an hour and a half, where this is
I think
just
it's like 2.5.
2.5. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll
so
watch it.
Rocket Man is apparently between like his third and fourth albums when he was like going through like a lot of depression and drugs
okay.
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
makes
see,
sense.
that's a little more interesting. This one is just like I think it's like the 15 years where Queen was on the rise.
Yeah.
And then they never get into like the dark stuff.
Gotcha.
It just ends when everything's sunshine and rainbows.
It ends. It can't all be sunshine and rainbows because it ends on the big concert with him when he had the short hair.
Live Aid. Yeah.
Live Aid.
Yeah,
which
but he wasn't.
he had AIDS then.
But he wasn't on his deathbed then.
No, but
No.
they knew, and that is what most critics considered the single greatest rock show performance.
Well, that's the
of
one
all
like
time.
you could see
Yeah.
like the crowd, like his.
There's been
his
bigger crowds.
Have you
voices
guys ever
reverberate
watched
through
it?
the
Oh
crowd.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
been
It's
bigger
amazing.
crowds, but they say there's no lead man ever been on top of their game
I
more
mean,
than him.
and
at
it was
that
only
point.
20 minutes.
Yeah, and he
And it
stole
just-
the
it's-
show.
He's
Very
genuinely like, or was
Like maybe the most
genuinely-
charismatic
yeah,
frontman of all time.
just,
Yeah,
Like
him and Mick Jagger, Robert Plant. I mean,
I think he's everything he did. He
He's top
did.
3.
he was fucking with the crowd. Hey-oh, all that stuff. But speaking of the Throw It to Missy segment of short hits, you brought those movies up you were excited about. There was a couple of movies I'm pretty excited to see right now. I mean, I can't get any more pumped to see Creed 2. I think I'll
Oh
go to
my
the
god,
cinema.
it's gonna be awesome.
I do want to see that Overlord, that J.J. Abrams production.
I watched the trailer. Yeah,
It
after
looks-
we talked
yeah.
about showing, it looks great.
But I got to tell you, December 12th, Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh man,
Amazing.
did you see the Post Malone video?
Oh, dude.
Did any of you guys see Venom?
No.
No.
But the
I
world
mean, I
did,
will.
though.
I will see
It
it.
did well.
Yeah.
It did
I don't.
well.
I just
Apparently,
didn't
there's
care.
sexual tension between the symbiote and
Eddie Brock.
Brock.
It sounds about right.
Eddie.
I don't want to see a Venom without Spider-Man, so that's why I don't care
I'll
about it.
watch it. I don't really
Eventually,
care.
but
You know, there's a PG-13 Deadpool coming out.
yeah, they talked about that.
I
Yeah.
don't
that's a bad
understand
idea.
it,
But that Into the Spider-Verse, though, man,
dude. I watched the Post Malone video like 4 times just for the clips.
I would wager money that I haven't looked yet because I'm not in that world
That was not
anymore.
me.
But the Miles Morales first appearance is probably skyrocketing in the comic books.
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
for sure.
Yeah, but-
Man, I really wanted to read that, but Bendis just fucking talks too much.
yeah.
He's too wordy.
I just recently read Batman White Knight. And
Oh,
enjoyed it.
that's what I wanted to talk
It's
about.
on
I did
Hoopla.
read that. Did you like it?
I enjoyed it.
I
I thought,
enjoyed
though, it started really good and kind of fizzled.
Yeah. I did like what they did with Batman. And what's that guy? What's the artist? Scott?
Sean Williams
yeah,
or Murphy. Sean Murphy.
Yeah, man, his art is
And he
so
wrote it.
good. Yeah.
He wrote in art. Drew
Yeah.
it, and it's,
I wanna,
his art's amazing. That Chrononauts was good. His
Yeah.
there was a couple other series.
He did
he's done.
Wake, Chrononauts.
There was one I can't think of the name of it. That was
I have it saved now. I ran out of downloads,
It's,
but it's Punk Rock Jesus. I'm gonna download.
Oh, okay, yeah, good stuff. I have my other throw to Missy thing though is the 49ers are currently winning 31-3
Some ace.
in the third quarter, which tells me that the Raiders have the absolute worst team in the NFL right now. Maybe the Giants, but we'll find out next week when the 49ers play
Is
the
that
Giants.
the is
Spent a
that
lot
the
of money
owner
on
of the
old John
Raiders?
Gruden.
Is that the Raiders owner's wife right there?
Yeah, and him.
Jesus, money buys.
Boy, it does because he's an ugly man.
Dude, he looks like a literal like
He
human
looked like
sloth.
he looked like a thumb with a red wig on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a disaster.
Yeah. All right. So, do we have anything else? Or are we done?
I mean, we
We're
can keep
done.
if they flash back to that guy. We can
All
keep
right,
going.
Thomas. So, what's the score in the third period?
Blues are clinging to a 4-3 lead with 10 minutes to go, so I think it's time for us to put that bad boy on and cheer on our Blueies.
Let's rally them.
Let's do it.
Go ahead, Tom.
Let's go Blues!
Hold on to your butts.
And Missy says bye, and I play music.
Happy outside.
Happy outside is getting left in here, by the way. You gotta take the stick out.